Aston Villa, and we are going crazy in this winter transfer market. That's right, Andreas Garcia, a relative unknown right back from the Segunda Division, so pretty much the Championship of Spain, is reported to be joining Villa for a fee of around £6 million. This comes the same day that it has been announced that €13 million will be paid to Aston Villa for Diego Carlos. So we're going to dive into this transfer, why I think it's happened. We're going to have a look at his stats. What type of player are we getting? He isn't going to go back out on loan. This is a signing that we are planning to keep at the club. So competition for Matty Cash. Will he take over that position though? We're going to get into all that good stuff a little bit later on. But as I record this video, guys, we are 65 subscribers away from 3,000 Aston Villa legends being subscribed to this channel. So be sure to leave a like on the video, share it around all your Villa friends, your family, whatever you want to do to get the video some exposure. Do you know what I mean? Leave a sub down below if you are new to the channel. About 67% of people that watched the last video weren't subscribed. Let's bring that down to 50. Give me a 50-50 split and comment down below. What do you think of the signing of 21-year-old Levante right back Andreas Garcia? But before we do anything else, let's get to know the man. So here he is, Andreas Garcia. He will be 22 years of age in about 3 weeks' time, so still a very young player. He is the number 2, so sorry, Matty Cash somehow still has that top for Villa, Andreas, so you're going to have to accept a different number, my son. But he is Spanish, 183 centimetres tall, current market value of around €450,000 according to this website. But he has been having a really, really good season. Yes, it is in the Segunda Division, or La Liga 2, as you can see on the screen there, but an average match rating of 7.28, 22 starts from 22 games. He is their right back, 3 goals and 3 assists. Not too shabby Alonso, although he isn't actually shabby Alonso, he's Andreas Garcia, for God's sake. He has 50 professional appearances for Levante, spanning from December 2022 to now. And Levante, I always remember them being a La Liga team, so I'm not sure what's happened to them recently. Any Levante fans, obviously, if you have watched Garcia, I haven't personally. La Liga 2 isn't on the top of my things to do with a 9-month-old baby and moving and starting a new job. But if any of you have watched them this season, please do let me know what he plays like and what happened. How are you guys not in La Liga anymore? What has happened there? Anyway, we go to his recent games and you can see he's been on a pretty fine stretch of form. Couple of goals very recently, 22nd of December, and then after La Liga's little break that they have for Christmas, he got another goal against Tenerife. 8.6 and 8.3 ratings in those ones. Doesn't regularly drop stinkers and regularly is playing upwards of 90 minutes, so sort of 70 plus. We go down to his stats this season in La Liga 2. Let's remember that these stats will compare him against other right backs in that position in La Liga 2. His 3 goals from that position puts him at the top of the pile. Only 5 shots on target and 3 of them have gone in, so he's a little bit lethal in front of goal. He is very much an attacking fullback, and you'll see that as we go through the stats. So I do wonder, with another signing that this could be opening the door for, which we're going to get into a little bit later on, whether we are going to be going to a 5 at the back. Now, Emery seems to be really, really high on signing this guy as well, so that's just something to think about as well in terms of his competition to Matty Cash. 3 assists, 599 successful passes, puts him in the top 5%. Pass accuracy, 78%, could be worked on. Again, we'll compare him to Cash in a little bit, but yeah, 78%. I would like to see that a bit higher. His long ball accuracy, although he has completed 41 accurate long passes, which puts him in the top 8% in the league. Only 33% of them accurate. He must just be pinging it long literally all the time. 30 chances created for his teammates, puts him right in the upper echelon, the creme de la creme, the treetops of the Segunda Division. 30 successful crosses. That is fantastic. I love that stat because 26.8 of them have been successful. I think Matty Cash is currently completing about 10% of his crosses, just for comparison's sake. And again, I understand this is the second division of Spain. Matty Cash is trying to do it in the Premier League. It's different, right? It's different, but it's just something to think about. 25 successful dribbles puts him in the top 4%. Again, dribble success, 45%, although it's low here, that isn't actually that bad, to be fair. If you're completing around 50 to 60% of your dribbles, which he's very close to, considering the amount that he's doing especially, I'm not going to complain about that. Loads of touches in the opposition box. Now, he's conceded 1 penalty this season, but he has won 34% of his tackles, winning 81% of them. That's top 5th percentile stats for both. Duels won, 86, again puts him right in the upper echelon. The aerial duels and the duels won percentage, a little bit worrying. He, again, We know, we've seen it with Pau Torres. The Premier League is 50 times more physical than La Liga, right? And he's playing in the second division of La Liga, so it's going to be more physical. It's something he's going to have to do. Probably going to have to bulk up a little bit to get up to speed, but I like that stat. Those two stats I really, really enjoy for a defender, especially because we need to be more aggressive in our tackles, I think would be fair to say. This season, 19 interceptions, 4 blocks, 96 recoveries, puts him in the top 2.5% in the league. He's won possession 4 times in the final third. He's been dribbled past 11 times. So roughly gets dribbled past once every other game, right? Every 0.5 because he's played 22 games. Not too bad. Only 3 yellow cards as well. So discipline, not too much of a worry. Now let's quickly compare him with our current number 2. 2 number 2s going against each other. Let's see how that goes, shall we? If we scroll down here, let's start with the shooting and passing stats, right? You can see his there. Matty Cash, let's have a look at your shooting and passing stats, my son. Ooh. Apart from that, 86%. Long ball accuracy, only 40% for him. I actually thought it was higher, so only 7% higher. But I mean, look, that's the main one, right? 26.8% successful crosses, 30 of them done. Oh, I didn't even realise it was that bad, you know. Matty Cash has completed 2 crosses and only completes 13% of them. Bottom 25th percentile for successful crosses and bottom 27th percentile for the accuracy. Poor. It is poor, isn't it? It really is. I can't believe he's still our right back. If we go down to possession and defending, I think again we're going to... And again, guys, I know. Right, Matty Cash, Premier League. Andreas Garcia, Segunda Division. I understand. But we look at this. Matty Cash, 2 penalties conceded, only wins 50% of his tackles. His duel percentage, again, a lot more impressive. His aerial duels, a lot more impressive as well. But the rest of it, and possession-wise, again, decent-ish. 10 successful compared to 25. 81% versus 52%. Only 19 tackles won versus 34. I don't think... A lot of people, I think, are going to see this signing from the Segunda Division and think, well... We're just going to be signing him as a backup. Kostan Nedeljkovic probably going out on loan. There's a lot of suitors for him. But you look at the stats. Emery likes a Spanish player. Emery likes him. He wanted him. We've paid his full release clause, £6 million. I don't think it's going to be as cut as dry as Matty Cash is going to be our starting right back for the rest of the season. There's an argument, and again, it is only a small argument because of where he's come from, but there's an argument that Garcia could be starting probably by February. So why are Aston Villa signing Andreas Garcia? Well, I have a couple of theories, right? The number one thing is clearly we've been scouting him and we want him. You wouldn't just go out and sign a player you don't like, you don't enjoy, and you don't want in your team. So Emery, Monchi, etc., clearly want him. They're after him. They want him as a player, and that's probably going to be the main reason, right? But there's a couple of other things going on in the background that I think could be a reason. Now, Fabrizio Romano tweeted out a few days ago that we are after Loic Bade. I've done a video, or Bade, I can't pronounce his name. I've done a video on the channel already. Link will be up in the corner there along with a thumbnail of it. Go watch that if you want. That's about Diego Carlos and Loic coming in. Diego Carlos going out. That's been confirmed. 13 million-ish euros to Fenerbahce. So again, you think of our transfer business so far this January. Now, January, people, unless you're Man City, and because it's gone a little bit hard for Pep Guardiola, he's going to go out and spend 200 million now. For Villa, PSR, matchday revenue, getting back into Europe to secure financial future for us is a little bit different. We have to be smart. Now, so far we have been smart, right? We've sold Jadon Philogene-Badace for more money than Daniel Malen came in for. So our net spend so far in January is in the positive, right? No, negative, right? So we've bought in more money than we've spent effectively. Diego Carlos goes for 13 million euros. Okay, 13 million euros. I'll convert it to pounds and put it up there. If I move my head around so that I can get it in, we're buying Garcia for 6 million euros. Put that up there. 6 million pounds. Again, our net spend goes down. Right, we've made more money now. Now, why do I think this has happened? Now, the deal for Oscar Mingueza, who is another right back that I've done a video on, I'll pop it up there, seems to have broken down. Mateo Moreo, I think his name is, tweeted out that deal could possibly be dead in the water now. You would imagine, considering that we're signing another right back for a lot cheaper, that deal is going to be gone. That deal's gone. That was going to be £20 million. Okay, so think about that. £20 million. It would have put our net spend positive. Now, that probably wouldn't have been an issue if we weren't after someone else. And that is Loic Bidet. Like I say, 3 days ago, he tweeted out we were interested in him. Now, what does Fabrizio Romano do when a deal is moving forward? Before he does the here we go, he goes back and he retweets his old tweet. Now, he done that very recently. I'll pop it up on the screen somewhere. Which suggests to me, I don't know why my camera keeps on focusing, I do apologise about that, but it suggests to me that we're going to go all out for Bidet, probably pay about €30 million for him, which means he is going to be our primary transfer target this window. We always thought it was going to be a 3-player window. That looks like the case. And it looks like the reason that we've signed Garcia is so that we have a little bit more money in the bank. And even with signing like Bidet from Sevilla, our net spend is probably still only going to be around £20 million, if not less, which, for PSR reasons, is not bad at all. And we still don't know. I think Robin Olsen looks like he's on his way out this transfer window. I think a deal is very close to being struck with one of the Swedish teams. I know a lot of championship clubs were also interested in him. Kostan Nedeljkovic possibly going out on loan, get a little bit of money in, a little bit of a loan deal fee in for him. So it's very, very intricate business. It's very, very smart business. And if signing Garcia ultimately means that we can sign one of the brightest young centre-backs in La Liga as well, I'm here for it. What on earth do you guys think? No, comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts on this one because it's a very interesting transfer. Like I say, a lot of intricacy, a lot of moving parts, a lot of stuff to be excited about with Villa in this January transfer window though. And I think if we end this transfer window with Malen, Garcia and Loic Bidet, I'd be happy. Up the Villa, let's go beat Arsenal, because that's today and I am very nervous.